Judge by actions, not by scenes. Dennis is a light gray diesel engine who's been on the island for quite some time now. He's a kind and hard-working engine who's been hauling freight cars in and out of the yards. Though being the engine he is now, Dennis wasn't always the same as he was before. When Dennis first arrived on the railway, he was rather lazy. He would be in the yard, shunt 20% of the trucks in the correct sidings, and then promptly fall asleep. Back then, Dennis didn't enjoy hard work, and he would always mix stuff up to make other engines do his work for him. Which always worked, a lot of times, actually. Though Dennis tried his best to be a part of the railway, his laziness always tends to get the best of him. Eventually, a lot of the engines were always called Dennis, as the title, the Lazy Loco. After a few slip-ups here and there, Dennis soon learned his lesson and eventually became the engine he is today. Almost all of the engines are very happy that Dennis is here to stay and has finally changed his ways. All except one. One afternoon, Thomas was doing his usual branch line work, collecting passengers at Farquhar, when he saw Dennis hauling some freight cars to take the Farquhar quarry. Hiya, Dennis. Hey there, Thomas. That diesel sure has changed, wouldn't you say, you two? Oh yes, he certainly has. I couldn't agree better. Wow, who would have guessed that a lazy engine could evolve to become a helpful engine in just a few months? Helpful may be one of his traits, but it's the trustworthy that I'm not seeing. What do you mean by Dennis is trustworthy? I'm simply saying that Dennis doesn't deserve my acceptance, and neither should they do the other engines. And why is that? Well, the obvious one is because he's a diesel. The hell kind of point does that prove? A rather big one. You should well already know that we had many diesel encounters before, and some of them weren't as pretty as you may think. Some diesels delaying our trains, and then there are those diesels who decide just to bribe us and make us go into trouble, just to prove some random point. I tell you, those little diesels are nothing but reckless little demons, if you ask me. Oh, don't even start with that crap, Gordon. What is it with you against diesels? You always think so lowly of them, one by one of their own flaws. I can honestly agree with you that there are some diesels who are actually a pain in the tender, but there are actually other diesels as well that act similar to Dennis, both kind and hardworking. Not to mention that some of them actually had your back then. Bill and Ben pretended that you were scrap and about to take you off the scrap yard. And that was until Boko came to actually save you.
Boko, my dear engine, save me!
After he scared Bill and Ben away, you were so amazed how Boko can deal with those two engines. And you know dang well you weren't able to. And then there was Bear, who you thought so lowly of because of another engine showing you lies. That was when Henry eventually came back from crew and had to put you two into your place. Believe it or not, Gordon, there are many diesels on this railway can actually be very kind. You just don't want to see proof, do you? I consider them testing dummies if you ask me. Diesels are diesels and can never feel the same as us. Ever. Ratted boiler. Never mind him, Thomas. You do know Gordon is always like that. I know, Annie and Clarabelle, I know. But someone needs to teach him a lesson and take him down a peg. Or two. Gordon was very distracted from what Thomas said to him. He was so distracted that he didn't see the danger up ahead. One of the points on Gordon's lines were faulted and wouldn't change. Gordon didn't realize this until it was too late. Luckily, the coaches were fine, but Gordon was stuck down in the pit. Oh no, now what? Gordon was just about to give up hope when... Somebody's coming! Gordon blew his whistle loudly to make sure that the engine heard him. Huh? What's that? Loud and booming. Gordon! Gordon, it is you! Oh, Dennis, am I glad to see you. Jeez, Gordon, how'd you get down there? I was unaware of the faulted points, and the express is due soon, and no engine can help at a time like this. Hey, Gordon, mind if I become a temporary express engine? Or more or less a express diesel for the time being? I can take your coaches and your passengers to the next station, and then come back for some help. But Dennis, you're holding your freight train. How are you supposed to hold my coaches and your freight at the same time? Oh, don't you worry, Gordon. I'll be fine. In a way. Yeah, I'll be fine. Dennis shunned his freight cars behind the express coaches and pulled them out of the broken points. Dennis then took a loop siding and coupled up to the front of the train. With a couple of gears and wheels spinning, Dennis soon got his train and the express moving. Stay where you are, Gordon. I'll be right back. Oh, like I'm going anywhere. Eventually, Dennis arrived back in sight with Harvey. The two engines started the rescue to save the big blue engines. Sure took a little while, but hey, it was worth it in the end. Thanks for the assist, Harvey. Happy to help, Dennis. Dennis? Yeah, Gordon? Thank you very much for all of your help. You really have changed your ways, haven't you? Well, it wasn't easy, but hey, it beats it. A change of heart is something all engines need to fit in. I couldn't agree more. Right then, let's get you back home. On the island of Sodor, there are lots of different engines that work. Some are Steamies, and some are diesels. Most of the time, Steamies and diesel engines don't get along with each other well, but in times of needs, the two engines work together side by side.
No diesels are devious. Some of them are our closest and most loyal of friends. Mavis has been nothing but an exceptional friend to me, and there are plenty of others like her and many of you. There's Oko and Daisy and Bear, to name but a few. The engines thought for a moment. They've helped us through many situations. Of course, there are those we don't see eye to eye with, but that's the beauty of having different personalities. Diesels are like us. There are those who are kind and endearing. Then there are those who are pompous and insufferable.
Some would assume that these two are very different engines. But together, they're all really useful engines.